Now that we've talked about two different ways that we can refer to colors as warm and cool, the first having to do with splitting the color wheel in half, reds and yellows, oranges on the warm side, blues, greens, and purples on the cool side. And second, we've talked about how each color can be warm or cool. Now we're going to start on our new still life image using these warm and cool grays that we worked on. Before we jump into that, though, one of the cool parts about learning color theory and learning to see the differences in values and colors is that you can apply these principles, you can practice this stuff outside of painting as well. You're going to start to see it everywhere that you look. For example, look at this paper here and this side. Is one side warmer and one side cooler than the other? This side is much more warm. It's very yellow compared to this side. This side is very blue. You're going to start to see that kind of stuff everywhere. And it's like extra practice for your paintings. Okay, so let's jump in to this. This is our still life image for the week. My plan is to do a sped up version, a time-lapse version of the painting so that you can see me walk through the process, but you don't have to watch an hour-long video to see it. So hopefully it'll be a little shorter than that. So I have decided to, I've changed some of the colors in this photo to better reflect the colors, the warm and cool grays that we're working with. So this is the image you're actually going to be working from. Let's pick this apart a little bit. Right off the bat, the first thing I notice is that anywhere there's a lot of light, where the light is the strongest, again, it's clear the light's coming in from here. This is our sort of lightest area. The shadow tells us the direction of the light. All of these light areas are warm. So they're going to be in this spectrum. And they're all light. None of them are very dark, right? So they're all just probably in these 2 or 3 values on our scale. And then everything else that's sort of a mid-tone and darker is cool. So we're really looking like here. It's going to be more like that. Let's check it out. Okay. Cool, dark colors. Let's look at, let's go mid-tone. Mid-tone starting to get warm. Look at how warm that is. Wow. And we'll do a really light one. That's about the same. Okay, so you can see the way the values are spread out in this image. We're going to try to replicate it, and it's okay if it isn't perfect replication, but we want to use our warm grays for areas of light. So everything in this mid-tone to highlight, we'll use warm colors. And everything from mid-tone to dark, we'll use cool colors. What happens in normal vision is that warm colors will tend to come forward. They appear closer, and cool colors tend to recede. And that's just kind of generally true when we're looking at any kind of image. So we're going to play with that. There are times when it can be fun to reverse those and sort of trick the eye. For us to get started, we're going to work with that idea, and we're going to use our warmest colors in the lightest areas so that those kind of come forward, and then the coolest colors in the mid to darks so those recede. This is basically what we're going to mix as our color palette. So let's get to that.